The next question is the Adewumi ticket. You've not previously been involved with UPUA. If elected president, how will you overcome this lack of experience with the institution?
Thanks, Matt, for the question. As you know, Jeff Fisher, born and raised at State College and going through the business program. Jeff's also been a referee here in town, so it's definitely great that you have that relationship with him in terms of increasing attendance at sports games. I think to answer the question of experience is certainly a valid question. I appreciate it. I think we need to look first at real-world experience. Obviously, all the information is available at our campaign website, davidadewumi.com. My resume is posted there for everyone to see in terms of my experience, both on campus here. I'm part of the refounding pledge class at Beta Theta Pi. I've actually been elected risk management chair there. I'm going to be a homecoming captain for next year. Christian, I know you serve on UPAC this year. They chose me to serve next year as well. I'm the committee member. So there's student leadership, but there's also real-world experience. I went to missionary school for 6 months right out of high school, Dominican Republic and Amazon, and obviously I led the team. I had the honor to serve with the team to Haiti over spring break. Under 3 weeks, we planned to put this trip together, and I was the point person for that. Also served in the military and started a company which got some funding from the FCC chairman and the former CTO of AOL Merrill Lynch. So I definitely think student government experience is relevant in some ways. But again, we're calling the question, and I know there's a disbanding a few years ago, and like I said at an encampment on Sunday, President Kieran's, I see Mark Hannon out there, the General Assembly Chairman. Obviously we have UPUA people on the audience, have done a good job of bringing the organization to where it is now. I had a chance to speak with Ralph, forgetting his last name, but who worked with UPUA from the beginning, and he talked about how they worked on rewriting the code. So certainly they've done a lot of work, but I'm saying I'm going to come and stand on the shoulders of giants. Ultimately, I'm not coming in to uplift the people. As a president, you have to work with your General Assembly. I had the privilege to meet with Mark Hannon, and he kind of filled me in on different roles and responsibilities of the president in terms of how the president and the General Assembly work together. Obviously, you have the steering committee where the president works directly with elected officials. So it's not ultimately a dictator or a king. I appreciate the fact you guys have a crown on your logo, but it's not ultimately a dictator coming in and saying, this is how I want things to be done. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm going to have to work with UPUA elected officials, and I plan on relying on people like Mark Hannon and other UPUA officials for their experience in terms of guiding Penn State for the future.
I think what's unique about me and Christian is that we're not only both two-time UPUA representatives and currently serve as committee chairs, but we also have the unique outside experience as well. So we have both the inside UPUA knowledge and experience, so we know how the meetings run, how the setup is, how things proceed, and we've worked with the different people that UPUA, as UPUA representatives, we work with. But we also have an outside experience. I'm not only the current governmental affairs chair, but I'm also the associate vice president for homecoming. I'm on the Panhellenic Executive Board, the homecoming overall committee. I'm a member of Kappa Kappa Gamma. We're more than just UPUA representatives. We're well-rounded student leaders.
And currently I am the Student Life and Diversity Chair for UPUA, but also a member of UPAC, a member of all three of President Spanier's commissions, the Commission on Racial and Ethnic Diversity, Commission for Women, and Commission for LGBT Affairs, as well as being on the Dr. King MLK Commemoration Committee. But the purpose of me saying that is not to list this resume, but to say I had the well-rounded experience. I had the opportunity to engage students in many and various ways for the past 3 years I've been here. I had the opportunity to understand why people think this way, why people appreciate this. And finally, as running for president of UPUA, I'm taking these 3 years, adding them together with Colleen's experience, and saying we can reach a facet of every student and be very accountable to them as well.
One of the things my opponents talk about is their expansive UPUA experience, and let's definitely talk about their experience in terms of Christian. You have been Student Life and Diversity Chairman, and I really do honestly appreciate the work you've done about raising awareness about sexual violence against women. I think we can all agree that's a really important issue, and we have to continue to improve the safety of students on campus. You've also done some work in diversity discussion roundtables. You released a State Patty's Day ad. I think you worked with ARSH as well to deliver 16,000, I think it was, flyers in terms of that. So I definitely appreciate the experience. But I will say, a question that the student body has for you is, you have all this experience, and what have you done with it? Christian, I appreciate the definitely the awareness about sexual violence against women, the diversity roundtables, but we have to look, when we look at your track record, we're not necessarily seeing that experience working into tangible results. Definitely, again, you know, getting things changed in the judicial code from moderate to major in terms of punishments for sexual violence against women. I know, Colleen, you worked with the nuisance gathering ordinance, and you also worked student aid and fiscal responsibility, tuition collection. These are the things, but what have you accomplished, and what is that, all that experience, all these 4 years, what have you actually done? And the track record, I think, as the students show, as the incumbent representatives, I think we want to look at your track record and question, what is the tangible experience? Yes, you raise awareness, you've met and talked to government leaders, but we need more than just talking, we need action, and that's where my experience as someone who gets things done goes into play.
Time.